4, 3, 2.
How you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us today. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I'm very happy to be here. Thanks very much. And Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you too, sir.
Thank you.
You are currently the AFRICOM commander. How did you get a career how did you start your career in the Army?
I started my career in the Army as a second lieutenant, graduating from Morgan State University. And I came into the Army after having been a part of the Reserve Officer Training Corps program, the ROTC program. So I came in the office as a second lieutenant of infantry in 1971.
What are some of the roles and responsibilities you have as a U.S. Army general?
Well, I think my primary role is to do my best to carry out the missions that I've been asked to conduct by the President of the United States, the Secretary of Defense, and in doing so, do my best in ensuring that our families, our service members, our soldiers are cared for as best as I can make that happen.
And some of the things, sir, can you tell me some of the things you attribute to your success in the Army?
Well, I think I've been a pretty good listener. I've taken advantage of a great team of folk who have been a part of the teams I've been on, from non-commissioned officers to other peers, listening to superiors, subordinates, paying attention to them, and I think being aware of what goes on around me, such that the things that I do were things that we're seeing as, one, being respected by others and demonstrating respect for others, but trying to do my best to carry out those things I've been asked to do in most efficient and productive ways as I could, while ensuring that the people who were part of that process were also cared for as best as I could make it happen.
Can you describe some of the skills and training, sir, you've received from the Army?
Well, I've been to all the schools, basic courses, advanced courses, intermediate level service schools, as well as the advanced service schools. I think, been fortunate because I was able to pursue a graduate education by the Army as a young captain prior to going to West Point to teach. But probably the biggest training experience is just the pleasure of working with a lot of people, a lot of fellow soldiers who, through their experiences, their understanding, I've been able to learn from and glean from them their knowledge and understanding, and hopefully turn that into a system whereby I became a better person and a better officer as a result of it.
Sir, in your opinion, why is education important for African American students and young people?
I think education is important for all of us because it helps broaden who we are, because we're exposed to things beyond where we currently exist. And when that happens, we see things beyond where we are, we understand things beyond what we would not otherwise do, and then it presents an opportunity to expand how we look at things, to see things in a different perspective, increase our understanding, expose ourselves to other points of view. And I think in that regard, you are able to apply that then to any circumstance and develop from that circumstance outcomes that are more positive and more favorable for your individual situation.
What would you say, sir, to someone who is thinking about joining the Army? What would you tell them, sir?
Go for it. Absolutely go for it. I think the Army presents an opportunity for any young woman or young man to be put in an environment where they're responsible for things. They're in a disciplined environment where they can develop their character, their understanding, their teamwork, and being a part of a team that makes a difference, working with others, and knowing how their participation in that team causes the team to in fact be a more effective, more cohesive, and a better organization. And the good piece about it is it helps build life skills that are applicable, that are transferable to any walk of life. So you may join, some may stay for a career like you, like me. Others may come into the Army, serve a period of time, and decide to pursue some other career or endeavor. But regardless, the life skills, the discipline, the character, the responsibility that you achieve while being a soldier is transferable and will serve you in good stead in whatever field of endeavor that you might choose.
And what about those people, sir, who have no interest at all, sir, but are going nowhere in life, should we say?
Well, I would hope that there'd be some influence on them, something that would inspire them to know that each of us has merit and worth, and if you are presented with an opportunity, take advantage of it. And so even for those who may not see that, maybe there'll be some spark that could be ignited that would allow them to know that yes, they are valuable, they can make a contribution, and that they can get some training, education, experience that will allow that to be then moved in a very productive way that is available to all of us. It just requires dedication, commitment, determination that it can be done, and moving out and getting it done.
Sir, a lot of people refer to themselves as soldiers. What makes a good soldier, sir, in your opinion?
In my opinion, make a good soldier is someone who is first of all concerned about their teammate, knowing that they are part of an organization that is greater than themselves, have respect for what they have respect for what goes on around them. They understand that they do a particular function or have a responsibility that contributes to an overall program that produces goodness. In our case, the United States Army is charged with protecting and defending our Constitution, safeguarding our values, our freedoms, and a good soldier sees that service before self, performing in a selfless way, willing to sacrifice in ways that causes the team to be better, causes the mission to be accomplished, but also willing to do the things, go through the training, have the understanding that causes their part of the team to be functioning at its highest level, and doing it in a very responsible, disciplined, professional way, adhering to the values of our service: courage, commitment, candor, treating others with dignity and respect, concern for your fellow soldiers as embodied in making sure that they would never be left behind. Those sorts of things, internalizing those values, that makes a good soldier.
What about making a good officer, sir?
I think it's the same
thing.
because I too am a soldier, as an officer. And so those things that are important to one of us are important to all of us. So I think the same basic values are applicable regardless of rank, regardless of where you are. As a soldier, we all pay attention and do our best to live up to those values.
The United States, sir, is fighting 2 wars. As the commander of U.S. Army Africa and as commander of U.S. Africa Command, you are involved in a lot of issues. What are some things that keep you up at night?
Well, clearly we are concerned about the state of the environment, this global environment. And as you've indicated, we are at war in 2 theaters of war, but we have global concerns. And as commander of U.S. Africa Command, my concern is that the area of the globe that the president has charged me with being responsible for, carrying out our military engagement activities, that I can do my best in trying to help understand and trying to help create the conditions for stability in that environment. We don't do that directly. We do that by working with our partners, by working with our friends, by doing our best to help our African partners and friends increase their capacity to provide for their security, so that those things that we experience in various parts of the world have less of the potential to happen in Africa. Clearly, there are challenges that we see on the continent, but there are also great opportunities. The challenges are well known from what's going on in Somalia, in Sudan, in the central part of the continent, but there are also great opportunities when you see examples of things going well on the continent, where you have good governance, you have economic development, you have security development such that neighbors are cooperating in a regional way to address common threats of security. Because when you have a continent that is in fact more stable, that's good for America. The population of Africa, the demographics, huge numbers, having productive societies there among the 53 countries, that's good for America. It has the ability to, for markets, for resources that are available in free and open competitive ways that we could all use to help increase our own economic activity. But that's all grounded in having a secure environment, a secure region, a secure continent, secure countries, where the peoples of those countries can achieve the best that they can achieve. And by so doing, that stability helps us here in America, wherever we may be better able to achieve our ideals and values as well.